Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our semi-regular podcast where we talk about video games. I'm Necroxus. I'm here with Howie, as usual. Hi, Howie.
Hello.
And Dunn is back again. Hi, Dunn.
Hi, I'm back again.
He is back again. You've been here for most of the episodes now, which is 2 out of 3. So, doing good. But, yeah, we're going to be talking about World of Warcraft Legion, all of the reactions of these two, because I've already made 2 videos on the subject thus far, as of the recording of this. Yep. So, we can just get right into it. You guys can talk about whatever you want, and then I'll probably go afterwards and give a little bit of my own, whatever, maybe what I haven't said yet. But whoever would like to go first, take it away and talk about whatever you want.
Go ahead, Dunn.
I was going to say, you could go ahead. Oh, man. So much pressure. I guess the most pressing thing after, like, last week is I am playing WoW again, and by playing WoW again I mean I've just spent about 20 minutes agonizingly trying to bake a level 1 hunter on Necro and Howie's Alliance Scum server.
That's right. Should we tell him what happened? Howie is being a terrible person and convincing people at RTX to play WoW again, and then convinced Dunn to play WoW again.
Well, I was, to be in Howie's defense, I was thinking about it before.
No, don't defend him.
Oh, okay. In that case, take it back. Yeah, it's all Howie's fault.
No.
So yeah, if you're a clickety-clacking and clicking, that's what everyone's playing something. Cause...
No, I'm trying not to because I've got a mechanical keyboard, so it would be the most clickety-clack.
No, I can't.
But yeah, I mean, I said last sort of video I was on, not last video I was on, that was the Game of Thrones video, which none of you motherfuckers have watched.
Yeah, I know, because it was 2 hours long.
I suppose that is the thing. Hopefully this won't get that long, but yeah, last thing I said is, like, there's going to be some sort of cinematic and it's going to have hype and it's going to pull me in, because that's what happens. And there was some sort of cinematic and there was hype and it pulled me in. I guess the more pressing thing, I've been very adamantly anti-alliance. I blame these two, it's their fault. But there's also a demon hunter that I'll be able to play, and as it seems to be taking everything that I love about demonology warlocks, also my newfound love of melee in this game that sort of came around during Miss Pandaria, when I got a better computer that could handle melee, so I could move out of the fire in time that spawned on the boss. It seems like logical pick is to just boost, well, not even boost, just start a demon hunter on this Alliance server, and I'm just sort of playing a hunter now to... Well, because I was hyped and then I bought a month worth of game time, and I was like, well, I might as well do some stuff.
Now, are you interested in playing, because they're changing hunters a lot, like, are you interested in playing, like, survival, which is melee, or without a pet, which is marksman, or beastmaster?
I'm probably going to go beastmaster, because I'll be that, like, nerd who stays in, like, not Ice Crown, somewhere, like, up in that area, over in Northrend, and trying to get all the spirit beasts.
I see.
Because they're like Pokemons, I gotta get them all.
Right, that's true.
And can't they also tame Hydras now? That was a thing, right?
Yes. I think in Warlords, actually. So.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that is
cool.
also the thing. Hydras. Man, Hydra.
Oh, then that can be his name. Like, my hunter's name's Schaefer anyway, which is kind of German sounding. So I can have a Hydra called Hail.
Good, I like it. So is there anything about, is there anything you are apprehensive about, or, like, what the fuck are they doing that you saw?
No, not really. Like, I'm approaching it quite skeptical. I'm waiting for BlizzCon for more details before I get, like, all aboard the hype train. I've got my ticket to the hype train, but I haven't boarded the train yet.
Right.
And I probably, well, yeah, I've paid for the ticket. I paid $14.99. But one thing I will comment on is, you, and not only you actually, a few people have said that they're not too happy with everyone having the artifact weapons be significant lore weapons.
Yes.
really doesn't make that much of a difference to me because, like, at the end of Wrath of the Lich King, everyone was wielding significant lore weapons because Arthas dropped a bunch of them.
Yeah, that's true, but I think it's also we're getting stuff that nobody else has had before, like Doomhammer. Ashbringer, you can make the case for it, the corrupted one drop, but yeah, I see your point. I don't think everyone agrees with that position that I hold, but I don't know. It's just I think it depends on how they do it, because as I said in my video where I covered the story thus far, they made a point to be like, you're going to get these from heroes that have fallen and those that have lost hope. So a lot of us are like, whoa, they're going to start killing off characters.
Well,
just
yeah,
to
they'll
make the expansion seem important, and
they'll
also
start
to get their
killing
weapons.
off characters apart from Goel, who has
He'll
neither
only lose
died
hope.
or lost hope. He's just there to look after his kids.
Right.
It's like, I gotta
Varian,
retire.
I don't know. Out of a list of people who I think probably is dead, Varian, because for some reason Anduin's a main character in this expansion.
Yeah, but he's got that new dreamy hair.
He looks weird. I don't know if I like his new model.
So dreamy.
That's funny. I actually had a hairstyle kind of similar to that a couple years ago.
Should probably be called Damien now.
But yeah, Varian. Who else? Tyrion. I'm almost convinced is dead.
Well,
Jaina is possibly dead because she's no longer leading the Kirin Tor. And
which, by the way, is hilarious to me. Okay, so she's leading the Kirin Tor, and then Khadgar comes along and is like, no, I will lead the Kirin Tor now. And all the rest of the Kirin Tor there must have gone, yeah, actually. Because it's a fucking council. Okay,
Yep.
so there must have been a vote.
that's true, and they just kick her out. Jaina,
Yeah.
we don't want you anymore. Goodbye. Because it said she was pissed off while leaving.
Yeah, she
so
probably
I don't
was
know.
pissed off because she just got voted out of a cushy job. How many jobs do you know that come with a floating palace?
I don't know, not many. But yeah, I mean, are you okay with, or do you like the Dalaran's just being copy-pasted? I mean, they're saying they're updating textures a little bit here and there, but they basically were like, hey, it's the same place.
I'm fine with that. I'm really indifferent one way or the other. I mean, I keep saying it, but the plan is to do all the PvP, and I think that's the feature that I'm most excited about.
Yeah, fair enough. Haven't you been saying that for a while now, though?
I have been saying that since.
I mean, I guess it's a good time to start. I am pretty interested in the system too, because it's interesting with prestige, and you get a special kind of unlocking of your artifact with it. So
That's. I mean, really, we need more information, but
right.
it's looking fun. I'd just like to call out that, like, everything that's in the expansion, I said would be in the expansion. How serious I was being when I said it would be in the expansion is neither here nor there.
What did you call that was in the
Yeah.
expansion?
You
All
need
of
to be
it.
more specific.
I totally called Illidan coming back, something about vials, the seventh vial.
To
No,
all people,
definitely.
to all people claiming that Illidan would come back, and you actually said it like 3 years ago, it doesn't count.
Okay, so it's
Also,
gonna
the
be that
way in
kind
which
of
he came
podcast.
back is completely different to that. He didn't come back from some stupid thing of like, yo, he's part demon, he's going to be resurrected. He didn't come back because of a vial. He was just like, Gul'dan's like, hey, I can bring people back from the dead all of a sudden. I'm
Yep.
back. He's back.
Yep. So, anyone who's like, oh man, Illidan, we've been calling this forever. No, you haven't.
I mean, Blizzard themselves were like, hey, we want to bring him back. Like, they flat out said that. too,
I,
also,
on the
so.
other hand, have been calling it forever. But no, I think you'll find that I mentioned the Emerald Dream. And I think you'll also find that I said something about Azshara. And I said Titans a lot. And admittedly, they're not showing up to judge us, but Pillars of Creation, that's kind of like a thing. There's going to be some raid and there's going to be some sort of like Algalon type thing. So that judgment thing's going to come in, because everyone liked Algalon. You know everyone liked Algalon because the amount of mounts that they make and sell, which are sparkly.
And he just dropped him.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna, and N'Zoth's probably gonna be in it as well.
No, I actually think, since we now know that Azshara herself isn't going to be in it, I actually said that in my first video, but I was wrong, and I put an annotation there. One of the blue posts said, like, originally she said, like, I don't know of any other expansion where Azshara's been in the game, and she edited that out. So
Yeah.
I think the Zoth will be saved for the Azshara expansion. If I
Or
had to
maybe
guess.
maybe an Azshara patch.
No, she deserves a fucking expansion.
She's gonna be a patch.
She's powerful enough and interestingly enough and has enough lore to be an expansion.
No, it's gonna be a patch. It's gonna be a
That
patch.
will
with
be
some
the
new
thing that
5-man.
pisses me off.
Some new 5-mans and a raid.
Nashatar's fucking huge.
That's why she said. Has there ever been an expansion where Azshara's in it? Is because she actually is in it. She's just a future patch that they don't want to say yet.
Yeah,
I'm
someone
really upset.
She dropped the fucking ball on that one.
I really hope not.
No, it's
Is
like
there
I've
anything
been.
else that you're particularly interested in or concerned about, or
Um,
you want to see more about, like more information of?
I'd like more information on everything. Specifically, I want a blow by blow on all the fucking artifact weapons. I also want to know what they're doing to fucking warlocks. I mean, I'm
Right.
probably not going to get a chance. I will still play my warlock. I'll dust him off once I probably level my demon hunter. But like, I have 2 demonology specs, as we found out about an hour ago. What the fuck? Why do I have this? And then we
Right.
discovered it's because the talents are slightly different, and I couldn't be bothered to set up bars twice. But yeah, I'm gonna have to respec and relearn to play destruction. I think in at least one of those specs.
So you don't like the idea that demonology will be getting? It sounds. They didn't even said it, but it kind of sounds like they're just getting rid of metamorphosis almost.
No,
That's at least
they're-
what I took from it.
No, they're cutting demonic fury, which is the main resource. They're cutting metamorphosis and all the moves that come with metamorphosis. So you know what that leaves demonology warlocks with? Fucking shadow bolt, drain life, and corruption, and hand of Gul'dan. And if you have a glyph, you can also have summon imps. And that,
Well, I think the way they want to do it was like beast mastery for demons,
which
could be interesting.
as you will know, I'm playing a Beastmaster Hunter
Yeah.
training.
So what's the deal? What's the disconnect there?
Because I won't have metamorphosis, and I won't be able to.
Oh, okay, so metamorphosis is the thing.
Metamorphosis is a thing. It all started back in Ice Crown 25-man, back in the day, where we had 5 warlocks. There was like group 5 of the raid was a warlock group because there were 5 of us, and we were all destruction. And then one day, elemental shaman quit, or re-rolled to mage or something. I don't know. And we're like, oh no, we need the spell power buff. So all the warlocks had a roll off. And I lost the roll off. So I was told that if I wanted to continue to raid, then I needed to go demonology. And I sort of fell in love with demonology from that point. Because I provided
Interesting.
that sick buff.
So your love of demonology came from being initially forced to play demonology.
Yeah, but they gave me all the tier gear. I didn't
Oh,
have
good
I
point.
didn't have to spend DKP on tier gear, so I was the first person in the guild to get first warlock anyway to get my 4-set bonus.
Interesting. That's cool. All right. So anything else you want to bring up about Legion done before we get to Howie?
I feel like it's been slightly overshadowed, but I'm looking forward to StarCraft Heroes and Heroes of the Storm.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely.
That's going to be pretty cool. Been playing some Heroes of the Storm to farm that gold up so I can buy them 15,000 gold heroes when they come out.
Oh, did you hear that they're adding in a medic hero?
Yes, I saw the medic.
That's really intriguing. I might actually play the medic.
Well, you won't play the medic unless you play now to get gold so you can buy the medic.
I have 15,000 gold.
Oh,
so-
okay. Alright, in that
Yeah.
case, I guess you will play the
Yeah,
medic then.
did you see them? It wasn't until day 2 that what's his face was talking about it. The guy who does heroes, Dustin Browder.
Dustin Browder. True hero.
Did you hear about the medic? One of their heroic abilities. Which is-
That spawns the medevac and then like you can just get in the medevac.
The whole team could just get in the medevac and fly across the map. That sounds hilarious. I can't wait to see how broken that is initially. I also want to know if you destroy it if everyone dies. Which I think
well,
they
that's
should.
the thing. Like StarCraft style, if you target the medevac and then it just kills everyone, that'd be.
I hope that's how it is. I want to see a team die like that.
You
know
know
they
what?
will if
No,
it works
no,
like
you
that.
know what's going to happen though. You'll be playing day 1. You buy the medic, and her name will be like don't know, Susan.
You know who
or
I thought
something.
it should be? It should be Ariel Hansen from Wings of Liberty. I thought.
Oh
that'd
no,
be
fuck that
interesting.
bitch. She turned
Well,
into
she's a well, for you she did.
She
I
turned.
saved mine.
No, she was infested.
I think the canon is that she doesn't get infested.
Well, it's not my canon.
But I
Also-
don't think there's any other characters like that because they like at least like give them a name, and I think she kind of fits.
No, they'll come up with some. Her name will be like. It'll be a tie into like Overwatch, and it'll be
Like Medic Sanchez.
that. What's her name in the Swedish angel person's like Hope or Sven, something like that. I don't know.
Hope or Sven.
Hope
Female.
or Sven, you know. No, they'll name her something like that. They'll just create a name.
Right. Yeah, you're probably right.
No, there was a point here. There's a point here. Yeah, so day one, you log into Heroes for the first time in like, I don't know, however long since you last played Heroes. And be like,
A while.
you get on Skype and like, hey guys, you want to play some Heroes? Want to try the medic? And then they'll be like, okay, I will be Leoric. And then I log on and I'm Leoric and you are the medic who I will now call... Her name is Sven, okay? Like, she comes out and be like, oh, I want to pick blah blah blah. I'm like, who? He's like, you know, the medic, yes, Sven. So, and then you'll get really hyped and you'll summon the medevac. Like, come on guys, let's get in the medevac and go do Grave Golem or whatever map we're on and whatever. It might be like the Scarab thing. Or, like, I don't know, the Punisher in that new map that we're talking about. And then, fucking a Nova, right? Because it's always Nova. Nova will come out of nowhere
Fucking Nova.
and triple shot the medevac and then it'll explode and it'll kill everyone. And then people will get mad at you in chat and you're like, this boy, I hate this game, and then you won't play it again. Calling it.
The probability of that is quite high, of all of that happening.
But the level 20 talent is you can cloak your medevac. Calling that as well.
They'll probably have one where it's like it heals everyone in the medevac. Because he made it a point, Dustin Bruder, to say it doesn't do that initially.
Initially.
So, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, Howie,
Yes.
are you here still?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Good, good. What is your feelings about World of Warcraft Legion? Tell me them.
Well, I should just point out the first time I saw it was in a restaurant. I had it completely muted, and I was just kind of watching it on my cell phone, and it was really choppy.
Oh, that must be surreal.
Yeah.
That sounds
so-
really... What was happening? Can you say?
On, like, what I saw, or, like...
On what? Why was that situation happening like that? Were you like at dinner or
Yeah,
lunch or something?
I was at dinner and with a bunch of people, and I didn't
okay.
want to have it playing, like,
Right.
sound, so I just kind of had it muted and sitting on my lap.
This is why I have headphones with me at all time. I'd be there and I'm like, okay guys, it may be rude, but I don't give a shit, I'm going to listen to this. I'm going to eat my steak and I'm going to listen to this, and you can all just fuck off.
Oh my god.
That's how, that's how you get things done.
This is what this is basically what happened was I saw him, like, all of a sudden I saw Gul'dan, I'm like, oh, Gul'dan's in there, that doesn't make me happy, and then he's like, but I'm resurrecting Illidan, and I'm like, I didn't know he was still alive, or even resurrectable.
Yeah, really.
Like, why is he being kept in this place? Why is his dead body in this crystal thing? I don't
Right.
know. He looks pretty good for being a dead body.
Good point. Maiev really made sure to preserve his body.
Yeah.
Okay, should I tell you why?
Okay.
Because
yeah.
secretly,
Uh-huh.
she's jealous of Toronto for getting all that Illidan affection and stuff. And she's like, oh, but why won't he look at me? Why won't he look at me that way? And that's why she hunted him so vigorously. And after we killed Illidan in the Black Temple, she's like, now he will be mine. Put him in a crystal so she could gaze upon him.
So necrophilia once again.
No, just for observing.
Also, I probably should clarify what I meant by that. We had like a really weird necrophilia conversation.
No.
earlier.
Hang on a second. I wasn't involved in this. I
Yo,
was
you
trying
were-
to make.
you were
I
there. You were
was struggling.
involved.
I was struggling with the new heirloom system.
No, you get blamed to be in this because we were waiting for you to make your character.
Yep.
But it's
Anyway.
super important. It's how it's
So
done.
anyway, so I'm like, okay. he's back, and all of a sudden then it chopped out, and then it came back, and it was like, you can be a demon hunter. I'm like, oh, I thought people just joked about that. I didn't know that was actually going to be a thing. We all just look like Illidan now. And
I'm going to make a sexy female Illidan. Because, no, I feel like I need to make this point. All my Alliance characters are of the female, because only real men play Horde. So, yeah. What the hell am I going to use a level 100 boost on? I guess that's when I get the Rogue.
You can skip everything?
Yes, that's when I get the Rogue. Because this is my PvP expansion, right? So I'll have my Demon Hunter for playing, and then I'll have a Hunter, because they're quite good at the BGs. And then I get a Rogue for arenas.
There you go.
I'm not going to do any of this. I'll play for the first month and then go, oh, okay, I guess I'm going to go play some Dungeons and Dragons now.
Right.
yeah, I mean, makes sense to me at least, but...
Yes.
But essentially, the rest of this story goes... I was super confused about everything. And then I'm like, all of a sudden, weapons. But basically, I've done my research now, and I'm pretty hyped
still none the wiser.
No, I'm pretty hyped. It's still really confusing, the fact that there is apparently this continent with all of these beings apparently living in somewhat peace together.
Yeah,
I mean,
really.
You have like Tauren and ancient elves. And...
Here's my question, right? On that note, where are the dwarves?
Well, here's the other question. We know definitively that Gul'dan raised the Broken Isles, and a blue post said that the Broken Isles consist of this entire continent. How have there been generations of these things when it's only been above the sea for like 20 years?
Shh, Necro, don't say these things.
I'm just considering that it's just always been there, because that makes more sense to me.
Right.
Which is why I'm upset by the lack of dwarves. Because if you refer to the War of the Ancients Book 3, there's very clearly some Earthen who helped the Tauren and the Night Elves, so where are the dwarves? No, they're Vicral all of a sudden.
I didn't know you cared so much about dwarves, Don.
Yeah,
dwarves are pretty cool. They've got
okay.
beards and they're doesn't afraid of anything.
I learned something new about you. Yeah, I would say the Vrykul thing might have been the most, like, what the fuck? Like, out of everything that they showed, like, story-wise. Like, oh, there's also Vrykul here. Surprise. I was like, oh, alright.
There's also, and I'm not sure where I saw this screenshot, but here he is. Dargrul the Underking.
Yep.
He looks a lot like a troll. Looks like a troll to me.
He's a Drogbar.
The fuck is a Drogbar?
A new race of those things.
The Tauren and the Drogbar tribe. Oh, okay, fair enough. He is a Drog. So that's your troll raid, because that is clearly a troll. You can tell me it's a Drogbar all you want. That's a troll.
Interesting. That's the troll angle?
Troll raid. It's coming. And then the Zandalari will also show up. And you know what that means.
We're not dead yet.
That means Dead Underking.
That means the Thunder King? Is that
Dead Underking. Because that's how trolls say it. Because they have
see.
difficulties with the T's.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
I'm confused.
Unrivaled
Once again.
mobility. Metamorphosis. Spectral sight. Sorry, I'm on the Legion website.
So, Howie, how about that Sylvanas, huh?
The fact... Okay. Whatever they're doing with major characters in this expansion, I'm just so lost. And I have a lot of theories. I mean, clearly some of them die because they say you pick up their weapons from field of battle, or they're, like, pretty much dead corpses. And some of them are, like, you have to go forward to them. And they left out how you get some of them. They haven't even announced some of them. But almost none of the major characters except for Sylvanas and Gen are announced as major characters, except for Anduin, but not his father, which makes me think...
What the fuck, Anduin? Out of all the characters, what? Why?
Anduin. Because
I don't know.
Rathian, I think... Is Rathian listed as a major character in this one?
Nope.
Nope. You've got Maeve,
Of course he doesn't care.
Xavius.
I would be...
Jaina, Tide
Legion
Mistress.
is coming, but apparently he
Hawkeyes.
doesn't care enough now.
Again. Dagurol.
Yeah, the Legion has come, as I was predicting for a long time.
Watch
I'm
him.
gonna take a break.
Watch him be like the boss in Netherian's lair or something.
Oh, he's trying to like take the artifact, and it's like, no, we gotta get it from him instead, and then he just dies, and that's the end.
Like-
Yeah, and that's
Like,
the,
no,
that's the
we,
end.
no, we are needing to artifact.
He dies
And he's
where
all
his father used to be.
But no, it is my daddy's. It is my daddy's, so it is now mine.
But yeah, I'm thinking. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking either there's a giant epic battle and some of them die. Maybe some of them get captured and taken back to like Argus or something, back through the portal. I could see them doing that. Like, we're just gonna remove them, but not kill all of them, just the ones that we don't care about, like Tyrion Fordring.
Right.
Let's be honest, when was the last time Tyrion did anything relevant?
Exactly. That's because they're not afraid to kill him. So.
Yeah, but it's still. Do you not think it's like really shallow that they're like, let's just fucking kill him because now it's dangerous. The stakes are higher now.
Well, here's
I
the
don't
thing.
know.
I think we talked about this in like when we were joking around, saying how it would be awesome if like a Titan came back and just exploded all of Kalimdor.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have happened, and I would have thought that was cool. Basically, they're doing this, and depending on what the rest of the world is like, I mean, it might be a similar situation where the Legion just comes and it's like, everyone's freaking dead. We took over a lot of these cities. You are basically
That's what
on
you
your
get
own.
for going to Draenor.
Yeah.
Shut up!
That's what you get for just not leaving afterwards, and like he even said it, and not just clicking Gul'dan when you first get there.
Yeah, really.
Everything
I don't know,
was fine, and then you
they
clicked
did-
Gul'dan.
They did say that we're gonna wake up to a world on fire, so it does kind of seem to imply like it's just going down.
Yeah,
Like,
your
really
heroes are
hardcore.
dead, your cities are dead. Dalaran was the last bastion because it's a flying city.
No,
Also,
that makes
one
sense.
thing I did notice was they were talking about them trying to summon Sargeras like from the beginning, and that they already have like all of the stuff they need to do it. Maybe that's what happens. Like I was tweeting about this, and the people at first it seemed ridiculous to me, but maybe they do it, and he like blows up half the world. That's what happens.
Oh shit! You know what? I just referenced the Richard Anak book.
No, don't do
You know who's coming? You know what?
that. He's
Broxigar.
dead. He's
Broxigar.
dead. He's deader than dead.
No,
He's
no,
dead.
'cause- no,
He's been
no.
shish kebabbed by
No,
the
okay.
god of the demons.
They're summoning Sargeras, and the portal opens, and Sargeras' meaty hand comes out. Like, no, we must close the portal, and that's how Tyrion dies somehow. It's like, I'll give myself to the light, and then some sort of inspiring speech, and like the little music that plays, like the inspiring trumpet music that plays at the in the Rise of the Lich King cinematic trailer for patch 3.2 or 3.3.
So you're saying he's gonna
sorry.
pull like a Bolvar, where Bolvar is like
Yes.
there and he dies,
Yes,
and then you
and
pick
then-
up his weapons.
And then the portal like explodes, right? And you see like a dark shape come out in the explosion, and then Tyrion's like, "Oh, I'm dying, but with my dying breath, here, paladins, take my sword. All of you, take it. Take it, is it for
all
you?"
of the paladins. Make
Other-
copies.
Other classes, no, you can go talk to someone else. And you do not get my sword, but go find out what that thing was. It turns out that it's Broxigar that got blasted out of the portal. He's got like a giant spear through his
But
chest.
we
He's
saw
like-
him die.
It's like, I'm fine. No, we didn't. We didn't see him die.
You saw him get skewed by Sargeras' giant ass sword thing.
To quote the Black Knight for Monty Python's Holy Grail, "'Tis but a scratch. It's a flesh wound."
You really want Broxigar back?
Now
To
is
be
the
fair,
time.
no one checked his pulse.
Oh my god! You heard it here first, folks. Broxigar's coming back.
You watch it.
I'm pretty
Broxigar
sure we
comes
said
back.
that same thing for Warlords of Draenor.
Yeah,
because
I'm
it
pretty
would-
sure you did.
Lore-wise, he is there, but whatever. Anyway, we're not going back into that. Legion. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, this comes into why I think Dalaran might be there, is literally everything else has been pretty much taken over or completely destroyed. That's why the Alliance and Horde aren't really working together, is because they're both, like, completely destroyed, and now it's hardly even factions merely in name, but classes now. It's no longer Alliance Horde, it's now like banding together with whoever is around you that you can talk to.
That would be interesting. That definitely has like a very final feeling to it, though, don't you think?
It has a
We're
final
ending it.
I'm not sure if it's like, well, they said that they were already announced in the Q&A, not even Q&A thing, but the dev talk, that they are planning the next expansion as we speak.
Right.
So obviously it continues, whether or not that means that they're kind of going away from Orgrimmar and Stormwind and going more towards a we need to take the fight to them kind of a thing, or we're going to go get our shit sorted out now because we don't have anything, so it's time to rebuild in the story that we want so all of you lore fucks can stop asking for things.
But
You guys have been demanding shit, we're going to kill the world!
Playable high elves, please.
Yeah. Too bad you can't play as ogres, they're all dead.
I like blood elves, but blue eyes is better than green eyes, so can high elf. It's like, no, you can't have high elf. We'll just make a new kind of elf.
Yeah.
You can't play them either.
I mean, it's completely. I'm hoping that that's what they're doing, and they're not just like everything's still there. Just all the heroes came together and then died. I'm literally hoping that you go there, you see Kil'jaeden, Sargeras, something come out of here, blow up the majority of the world, kill the majority of the heroes, leave you with almost nothing left, and it's up to you to kind of rebuild all of Azeroth now.
But what if I want to harvest Peace Bloom?
Then you can't.
Doggone.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Well, you'll talk to a bronze dragon and go back in the past.
They'll have a little garden in Dalaran for you.
One thing I did hear that I found interesting is they showed off a screenshot of Varian from the actual cinematic, because they made it a point to say that resurrecting Illidan wasn't part of the actual Legion cinematic. It was just a thing they threw together.
Yeah.
And he's like in this weird snowy place, and there's like no place like that on the Broken Isles. So people are like, what's he doing? And some people are like, maybe he's going to see Bolvar because he knows that Bolvar is the Lich King. And
how does he know that
possible.
Bolvar's the Lich King?
I mean,
I don't
no one
know,
is supposed to know, but
there's a lot of people that know. Jaina and Varian know. We know this from the Shattering. They find out somehow. I don't remember how.
Jaina and Varian know.
Yeah.
But
what's his face? Who leads the Death Knights know? What's his name? Darian Mograine.
Yeah, but Darian was there.
he wasn't there.
He wasn't there, but he was closer to there than fucking.
I don't remember how, but I know that those two characters know. And Darian is actually in Warlords as one of the tavern quests, and he says something like, "We're trying to help Bolvar do something." I don't remember what he says, and find out more about the Lich King in this universe and go kill Ner'zhul. So at the very least, he also knows.
Yeah, but
that could be why Akaris flies to the Broken Isles, aside of being just the class hall of the Death Knights that just randomly shows up.
I mean, maybe it's like, okay, once again, I doubt this is going to happen, but it would be cool if Sargeras comes, destroys everything, and then, what that is that they are running to Dalaran. He has led the remaining forces to Northrend to get to Dalaran, because that's like the last safe place.
Mm-hmm.
And that's him, like, marching similar to the Dragon Age, like, Inquisition thing when you go over the mountaintop to find kind of your safe spot. He's kind of walking and guiding his people to that spot, to Dalaran, to...
Sorry, Darius is, or...
No,
Bolvar.
What's his face? Not Bolvar. Frickin' the guy in the cinematic Varian.
Because people seem to think, actually, since we all seem to pretty much agree that something's happening to Varian, because why would Anduin be a thing? People seem to think that he's just going to die in the cinematic.
No, I don't think he's going to die in the cinematic. I think...
No, he doesn't get to the cinematic.
He doesn't have to be dead to be a major character.
Event.
Or he doesn't have to be dead to not be a major character.
That's true. Especially because, like, it's a... You would think there'd be Night Elf stuff, because they're like, it's going to be a lot of Night Elf lore. Neither Malfurion nor Tyrande are listed on there.
No one gives a shit about either of those people.
They're not dead. They don't have to... They can be doing other things. They can be like this. Maybe this is why Dalaran... Maybe this is why Jaina leaves, is because Dalaran has to act as a safety hub for everybody, but she hates the Horde so much. But they're like, we can't turn away these people. They have no home left.
She's like, fuck them, and then they vote her out.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny, actually. She's like, Jaina, the world is ending. I don't care. They blew up Theramore.
So, like, it's probably the orc's fault.
They're like, you're a crazy bitch, get out.
It's like Gul'dan was an orc, and he caused all this.
Yeah, that's what
she goes, therefore... Yeah, really.
Also, on the subject of orcs, Okay, so I read this theory. I think it came out of 4chan, so you know it's legit.
Okay.
Good.
You know
Let's
it's
hear
legit, but they're like, okay, so Warlords of Draenor and Legion were being worked at the same time, and they planned to do Legion first, and then Warlords of Draenor afterwards to tie in with a movie. But then for some reason Legion got stuck in development, so they're like, fuck it, let's do Warlords of Draenor now. But if you think about it, people would be less mad about Garrosh escaping if it happened like an expansion after. And then it was like, okay, I don't know if that's true.
What is happening?
Exactly what I just said.
I'm quite confused.
And then someone said, but what is missing Link? I'll try to find it.
Orcs!
Yeah, but I mean, I do think some people will die. I think Thrall will die. I think maybe Sylvanas, because in her lacking of giving a fuck, will be fine, and maybe that's why she's a major character.
Well, also they make it a point to be like she's freaking out that she's on the verge of death because she knows she's going to hell, or WoW hell, when she dies, based on her story where she kills herself and goes there.
Ah, yes.
So she's like, I gotta get more Valkyr because I'm fucking scared of the afterlife. Because she sees, I think she sees Arthas there, and he's like getting tortured or whatever, or some shit's happening. Like he's crying out.
Arthas or Matthias.
Wow.
I forgot what they call it. The Void. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think actually in it's in I think it's in Day of the Dragon. There's like, oh, you know, the Void, the Burning Nether. There's lots of names for it, but it's hell.
It's interesting that that was the Day of the Dragon, right? So that was earlier on in WoW, Warcraft history, where
I
they
think
like
it was
had like a hell aspect to it, and
Yeah.
they kind of went away from that.
Yeah.
Because some paladin really hated Ronings are like, you're a fucking devil worshipping bitch. Here's this theory from 4chan.
I don't think I want to read it.
No, it's pretty
All right,
good.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it for posterity's sake.
Okay,
I know that
go
makes no
ahead.
sense, but
No, it's a crackpot theory. It's got a
I wish
picture
I
of
could-
a stone dog.
I wish it would open up. Here
It
we
took
go.
me a while. Read it out loud so people know what we're talking about.
Well, that was my plan, but it's taking forever to load. So, anyway, I'll get to it when it decides to actually load. What were we talking about? Oh, Howie was still. You were still going on.
Yeah. So I have a lot of... here's the thing. I have a lot of hope for actual story elements of this.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm not holding my breath, because if I've learned anything, it's that I can be disappointed easily.
Well, Harry, I'm just saying this.
Also, I have Azshara being a freaking like dungeon or whatever they said it was gonna be.
As a big fuck you to everyone who wants
Yeah.
Azshara to be a thing. What the fuck, Blizzard?
Yeah,
I'm
really. That
I'm really
IP
annoyed by
they
that.
call
I
that-
think everyone just needs to get off Ashara's snake titties, right? It's not that big a deal.
She is a big deal, though.
It's not that big a deal.
I can acknowledge that whoever, one of you two disagree with me about Egwene, but fucking Azshara is a big deal.
You know what the biggest
She
thing...
can rival Archimonde and Kil'jaeden before
Yep.
she was a Naga.
You know what, like, the big deal about her was? You know what her basic claim to fame is? You know what she's done? The only thing that she did was she wanted to
marry
bang
Sargeras.
Sargeras, and then she
So
wanted to
what?
bang Illidan on the side. That's literally all she's achieved.
And she's also an immensely powerful, the most powerful Night Elf magic user ever in
Yeah,
existence.
but, well, where did that get them? They fucking blew up
Super
the world.
powerful Naga, that also is where they are. Well, they blew up because everyone stopped them.
She hasn't... I think Azshara has, like, a fair degree of hype around her that I've yet to see her do anything that deserves the hype.
She took out Neptulon. I think that's pretty important.
I've taken out fucking Rag with legs.
With the help of 3 major lore characters.
And, like, Howie. Howie was there.
And Howie.
And,
I think this brings up... Oh, sorry. Continue. But
I
it
think
just
there
reminded me of
was a
something.
druid from the Gul'dan many whelps as well.
Oh, did you do this, like, after the fact? I thought you were referencing, like, you fought him in Cataclysm.
Yeah, well, it was Cataclysm, right? I think
Wait,
that
and
was,
Many Whelps was Miss Pandaria, I thought.
No, it wasn't. It was Warlords.
Was it Warlords?
It was
Whatever.
Warlords.
You're
Actually,
confusing me
sorry.
then.
No, well, the point is, I've beat all these dudes. fucking punched the rock chick in the face and said, "Yo."
What? Therazane?
Yeah, punched her in the
But
face.
initially she's like, fuck all of you, though. You have to, like, earn her respect.
Yeah, and then I punched her in the face and said she
No, you
was
didn't.
a
She's
paperback
alive
job.
still. She doesn't die.
I didn't say I killed her, I just punched
When
her
did
in
you
the face.
fight her? That never happened.
I've roleplayed it.
I'm calling
I
bullshit.
I use /E to emote that shit.
I also think it's important to note that, except for Warlords, which is another reason why it's stupid and how we just kill Archimon with no help, almost literally every single other major lore character we fight and kill
And
is with
Alakir.
significant a lot of help.
I've killed Alakir as well.
That's true. That's true.
No one helped me with that.
That's also a good point. Alakir was fought and beat. But I don't know. I think you're underplaying Azshara's importance.
I think you're overhyping a character that hasn't actually done anything.
What?
She spent 3 books, written by Richard Knack, sitting in a chair, being fed fruit by
Because
her. Like,
everyone was enamored by her because she was doing that with her
because she had a
magical
great
ability.
rack.
No, because she was magically fucking everybody over, like with her whatever the fuck it's called.
There's no evidence that points towards that.
Yes, there is. Fuck it. Here we go. We're doing Wildpedia Live. There's a direct quote where it says she's enamoring people with her magic to love her, so they'll follow her and do what she says.
Wikipedia. It's a Wikipedia.
I'll give you the quote from it because they all quote it. I'm getting pissed on because I like Azshara. Fuck you.
I like Brox.
That's fine. He's still dead.
He's a better character.
He did nothing. He had a weapon. I'm not getting into Brox. Fuck you. You're not trolling me about Brox.
I think I am.
Nope. I'm done. Anyway, Howie, continue on. Did you have more to say?
Not really. It's just that I'm hyped in the sense that I think that at this point,
Can't get worse.
I'm pretty hyped for it. Yeah, it can't get worse than
That's a good
Warlords of
point.
Draenor. We're back. We're dealing with some pretty big shit. And it seems like they're trying to change... They're trying to change it up. I think they're trying to give us a moment. And I'm going to reference Final Fantasy here, although I haven't gotten to this point. Apparently, at the end of that one, there's literally like an oh shit moment where it basically blows up, and you actually feel like you're in a dire situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that that's what they're kind of going for, and they realize that they have to do something about this if they want. They'll have to do something about it and make people be like, man, I really want to play more of this expansion now.
I think on that note, I think someone reading, what's his name, said, "Oh yeah, you're the leader of your class. You are." And I think someone came out with, "Oh, I just want to be an adventurer." I think this was on a MMO champion, so I don't want to be the leader, I just want to be the adventurer. And then someone came out with, "We've saved the world time after time after time, we're not just adventurers anymore."
I do think that this is actually what reminded me of a thing I was talking about on Twitter and stuff, other places, is I think it was a poor decision on their part to make the player character an important story character, because World of Warcraft isn't like, let's say, SWTOR, where the game was built around, initially, in the beginning, to be like the story of your character, of your class. You could do it as a single-player experience. You are that character. You are the only one of that thing. And I think it's really weird, 'cause this ties into, like, seeing a bunch of people running around with Ashbringers, or running around with Doomhammers, or you being the leader of your Order Hall. And, like, this even was brought up. Someone asked the question of, like, how can you deliver the fantasy of me being the leader when I see someone else with a more progressed version of the artifact? And then they were like, that's not how the story works. And that was the answer. And I was like, well, that still is going to be brought up by players. Like, I don't know. I just think it was a poor decision. They did it with us being the commander. I think they kind of did it in Mists of Pandaria, where you were, like, important enough that you were with General Nazgrim and Taylor. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Let's be honest, we've been important since Trial of the Crusade.
Well, even then, we were just champions. Like, we weren't, like, a named figure. We were just the champions of the Argent Crusade.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I represented the Horde. Garrosh said I fought well.
Yeah, exactly. You were the elite soldiers of the important characters, which is, I think, what they should have kept doing, rather than being like, you are now an important character.
No,
because you can't do that.
I think it needs to grow.
I think that is what they're doing, though. I think they're growing to, like, we have now done this. We, in Warlords of Draenor, we are the commander of the forces in Draenor, pretty much by ourselves. We're
Kill
the ones
Deathwing.
who...
That was a pretty big
Yeah.
deal.
But I think they're more focusing on... They're less focusing on that they're doing it as a group, and more like you personally are this super mega important character. And I think it's to try... If I were to guess, I would say it's because I think they're trying to go away from kind of like a Warcraft... The idea that a Warcraft 4 could happen, the idea that... I think they're just trying to stick to World of Warcraft, and they know they're sticking to World of Warcraft, therefore they're okay with fully making your character just the character of the game.
Well, I mean, even though there might be other paladins hanging out in the Sanctuary of the Light, which I read I think it was on Reddit, I read, oh man, this was being referenced back in Ice Crown in the Death Knight starter area. I'm like, maybe.
Wait, how? Sorry.
In Death Knight starter area, once you do the fight where you have to kill 666 dudes, I think Tyrion's all like, "Wow, your master doesn't come here because he knows what lies beneath Light Hope Chapel." And then a bunch of people are like, "Oh my god, it is the secret sanctorum of the light." They knew back in Wrath. I'm like, they probably didn't know it back in Wrath, but it's
yeah,
nice
I think
that
that's stretching it a bit.
it's nice that they've tied that in.
Yeah, that's a nice tie-in.
But
I don't know. I guess I see your guys' point. I think it's hard to make that transition without like a lot of, maybe some people, and you might disagree, but I think this way, maybe without running into weird like continuity things. Like once again, comparing it to like SWTOR, the game was built like that, and the game they're trying to change it to that way, like you're saying. But I think I don't know. There's just like a weird transition period.
Well, I mean, you had the same. You had the same problem in SWTOR outside of instanced areas, but what you got to keep in mind is if you are that Ret Paladin and you have Lightbringer as far as your personal story is concerned, you're the only person that has it. The only reason that you're seeing other people running around with it is because other people are playing Paladins, but they don't tie into your personal story. The only problem is that the class area is going to be filled with all the Paladins.
Well, I would assume, I'm hoping that is at least instanced.
The way
they said that no one else can get to them but your class, so maybe?
Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that those are instanced, so...
I guess I wouldn't expect seeing Paladins running around my Warlock planet, I guess.
Oh no, yeah, but I think you'll see other Paladin players running around the Paladin area.
Oh, yeah.
Though maybe you won't, maybe it'll just be...
No, I think they said that you can see other players. I think they definitively said that.
They've got technology so that they can phase other players to look like PCs, like NPCs.
Right.
I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. I don't know where, but
they do it. They have a technology to do it for like NPCs, where it's like even now, since you guys are playing again, if you go do the intro to Tanan Jungle and you see other people, it won't be URL with them. It'll be like Shattrap Champion or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure you can do that with PCs. It's just applying a...
But I don't think, like I said, I think it's going to be instanced, because if you're
otherwise so much lag.
Yeah, there'd be not only, a ton of lag, but just generally... I don't think it would feel right. I think it would take away a lot if you go to forge, or change your artifact weapon, and there's like 50 other paladins standing around the same forge doing the same thing, all with Ashbringers.
Right. Yeah, good point. I don't know. They definitely need to address that to make it not a glaring issue. I guess, I don't know, I'm taking a more cynical approach to that idea. I still feel like the major characters that they've established and making new ones, because I love Rathian and he's a new character, but I think the story is more interesting like that, because those characters have they have personalities and they have machinations and they have goals they want to achieve and they have enemies. Us as player characters, we're just we're going around doing what the game tells us to do, if that makes sense.
I'm like, I was about to say when I played Dungeons and Dragons, but actually it's the same logic there. I'm straight up murder hoboing.
You're what?
I'm sorry, what?
Not familiar with the term murder hobo?
No.
Okay, adventurers in role-playing games, they don't have homes. They basically go around like hobos, homeless, but they also murder the shit out of everyone that they meet, so murder hobo.
Right, and is that interesting though? In D&D, it's like, but you are also like a character, and you can affect the story if your DM's good at least. And it's just in WoW, the DM is Blizzard, and they have a very direct idea. You are definitely going to do this. You're definitely going to go to Azuna and fight Azshara's forces. You're definitely going to go kill Gul'dan. You're definitely going to do this and this and that. You don't really have a goal of. You don't really have your own personality. Like, you're just being directed along this path.
No, it sounds like quite a fair few D&D campaigns.
Well, once again, I would say that's more of a factor of a DM not being the best.
I wouldn't necessarily agree. Swapping to D&D for a second, Howie, you've done a Horde of the Dragon Queen, right?
I have not finished it.
Oh, okay, you've done most of Horde of the Dragon Queen, right?
Yeah.
That is railroady as shit. Like, comparing it to the campaign that they did after that, not Tyranny of Dragons, like the proper campaign that they did after that, Princes of the Apocalypse, which they sort of designed as a sandbox book, and they're like, here's some quests, hooks that are in this different area, but just explore the region. As a game to play, I think the Tyranny of Dragons series is better in the fact that they're like, okay, you've got an objective, go and do it. Here is the routes that you can go do it, and it's much.
Well, here's one thing I can actually comment on, because I've been watching a little bit of it. I did say that I stopped watching it, but Mirror Shades, which is the campaign that JP is in and Dodger's also in.
That is actually on right now. They finished the bit in Tokyo, and they flashed forward a year. And as soon as we finish, I'm gonna start listening. It's been going for about half hour.
Right. Well, my point
minutes.
is, I've read on the Reddit. I've read whatever his name is. Adam, I think is the DM.
Adam. Can't remember his last name yet.
Kebble or something.
Kolber,
like that.
I think.
Yeah. He like repeatedly talks about how like he's designed a whole bunch of other things that never even happened because of what players could possibly have done. And maybe it's just a difference in how storytelling works. I'm completely fine with saying it's a subjective opinion. But I guess I think I like more where it's a whole bunch of random things can happen based on the personalities of your character. And in fairness, SWTOR doesn't really work that way either, so I don't know. I don't like the idea of my character being important, because I'm fucking a warlock, random warlock, and there's also like shit kicker 79 over there who's like a random warrior. And they're like major characters of the story, and I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, that was a big tangent. I'm sorry, I hijacked Howie or whatever.
Howie was done. We were just filling time for the theory from 4chan to load up so you could do a dramatic
Oh, I finally
rating.
got it. Okay, here we go. Crackpot theory time. Legion, what was foreseen by Wrathion, meant to be a direct sequel to Pandaria. Now there's a missing link. Legion's put on the back burner. Warlords of Draenor begins development in July-September before BlizzCon. The story was made up on the spot. Garrosh was meant to have a redemption story, was influenced by Mal'Ganis. Melkorok was supposed to be Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis did say you'll be seeing him soon in Wrath of the Lich King. Bane says he sees a dread that overcame him when he entered the presence of Melkorok. Grom was replacing Garrosh's intended role. Garrosh, pre-Missa Pandaria, was written as an honorable warrior, and Dave Kosak didn't like that. Therefore, Warlords of Draenor was a filler expansion. Gul'dan and Grom are the only things that come out of it. Not even Grom, really. Gul'dan's role could have been filled by Mal'Ganis. Grom's role could have been filled by Garrosh. We don't know why the Legion was pushed back. What is the missing link?
It's as dumb as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's
You like it.
So the reason the picture is a dog who looks like he's blazed out of his mind.
That's because he probably is. Because 4chan.
Right.
Yes.
So, I think we're pretty much wrapping up at this point. Is there any... I don't know, Don, it seems like you're more into the mechanical stuff of the game at this point. I was going to ask, is there any mechanical thing that you have seen that you hope is a certain way that might not be, or something that's not in the game at all that you would like to see?
I mean, I don't know what I don't know up on. You know what I mean? Right. I'm fairly happy with it at the moment. The mechanics of what there's... I mean, it's still going to be WoW at the end of the day. Mechanically, it's not going to change all that different. Someone has favorited my tweet of me saying I'm spectacular because I've got glasses now.
Good.
Who the fuck are you, nerd?
Well, they already had Twitter integration to WoW, so...
Excellent. Sweet. Yeah, I feel like every time I've been playing WoW, I've been focusing on the PvE. and now that they've got a PvP system that seems to be, at a glance, that it's not going to suck, I feel that's going to open me up to the half of the game that I haven't really done a great deal of. I mean, every expansion, me and Howie, like, okay, we're going to do some PvP, and we'll do, like, 2 or 3 days worth of Battlegrounds, and then that's basically it. I did more in Warlords, because I had the thing, that building, where you get the bones.
Oh, yeah.
And I did a bunch of Azshara, but that fucking sucked balls. Could never get into it.
It's still broken, so...
Oh, yeah, I imagine it is. I've still got, like, 3,000 bones. I've got bones for days. It's fine. One day I, like, ground out 20,000.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got into Ashran and then I just never left. So, yeah, I think with the new PvP system doesn't look like it's going to suck. It'll be opening up a new half of the game that I haven't really explored a great deal, and I think that's what I'm mostly looking forward to.
Right. You know, now that we're talking about it, I never realized until now there's not a PvP zone that we know of. They haven't announced one. How do you feel about that? You think it's good or bad?
I don't know. Like,
I'm fine with
Wintergrasp was okay. Wintergrasp was quite good. Tol Barad I didn't really like as much. Ashran was horrible, and Miss Pandaria didn't have a PvP zone.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, Howie, in addition to what I just asked Dunn, I have a question for you. Okay. I know that you like Sylvanas a lot, and I don't like her at all, and people know what I think should happen to her, but what would you like Sylvanas to do, in addition to anything else you're looking forward to in Legion?
Not be a friggin' raid boss would be amazing.
Oh, she's gonna meet her long-lost sister, who gave the necklace.
Yeah, if her and Gen Greymane are both major characters, obviously they've decided to do something with this.
Like transport the Gul'dan storyline that was on pause to Legion out of nowhere.
Yeah, like out of nowhere. I don't even know how that. This is what I don't get. I don't understand how Sylvanas or Gen Greymane fit into what apparently Legion's story is at all.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand. Maybe I couldn't even start to speculate on how their story is relevant at all.
Well, I think did I say this, or did I just think this when we were talking earlier, that she might be interested in the Val'Kyr?
Yeah, you did say
yeah.
In Stormheim.
Yeah. Also,
and then I don't
now.
understand how then that makes sense for her. How maybe she's trying to, like, oh, I am running out of Val'Kyr. I'm gonna go get some more. And I guess Gen Greymane appears from around the corner.
He's like,
and
oh
says,
fuck no, I'm gonna stop her now.
Yeah, she's walking around and he just like walks around the corner. He's like, surprise, motherfucker.
He just shoots her like Godfrey.
No, yeah, shoots her in the back of the head.
Gen would sound way more
done.
British than that. Way more. He's like what, tally ho?
What tally ho, motherfucker?
Exactly. That's exactly how it would go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't.
Also, calling it now. You know what would be really good again to help stop the Legion? Fucking plague.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be awesome if they could maybe change her character to not be hated by everyone.
No, here's what happens. There's a meeting of fucking...
There was nothing they could do.
There's a meeting
or maybe
of
she's
Dalaran.
affected.
And
Maybe she's affected
Dalaran's
by...
like, you know what, guys? I think we're going to have to lift the sanctions on the Forsaken. Let's let them use the plague. Desperate times.
It was Thrall
obviously
who said that. So
well,
maybe she's like, fuck it anyway.
Maybe that's why Thrall loses all hope. He's like, oh, the only way to win is the plague.
Yeah, I mean, apparently they're desperate enough to use demon hunters, and they say we're very, very desperate at the point where we have to turn to the demon hunters, and no one's really happy with using them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't just let Sylvanas off the chain and just be like, here, go have fun. And Gen Greymane's like, no, why are you saying this to her? She destroyed my city with the plague. And then, but once again, I don't know why this is relevant to anything in the Legion is some inter-turmoil.
It seems to be the general feeling of a lot of people. Like, there's a lot of really weird storylines. How does this fit? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm think that there's gonna be. I mean, it's basically even they said it. Whatever this quote-unquote event is that they have planned at that very beginning is gonna be what sets the tone, and I think what really spells out what is happening. And now I know they said that was supposed to happen. He's like, and that's where Legion starts. So I'm like, is this a pre-Legion thing? Like, is this like literally going to be like a week before Legion, or?
It's so fucking weird because they've said on the one hand there's no more patches apart from the patches that adds flight, but then they've also said but there's a pre-launch event. But how are they going to put that in without a patch?
Well, I think because there's always a pre-launch event. So I think he meant. Yeah,
Actually, I guess it'd be in the 7.1 or the 8.1, whatever the fuck we're on now. Okay,
Yeah,
I take back my confusion.
Howie brought up a good point I hadn't considered. They did say that. They did say, like, this is going to happen before the story begins, but also it takes place on the Lost Isles already. So, what?
Broken Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Broken Shore, which is on the Lost Isle.
And they're also keeping under wraps where it is, which I think might be.
No, we know
relevant.
where it is.
No, but I thought they said they
Sorry,
weren't
go
going to show it on the map itself until a later date.
Oh, you know what? I wish I could have the pictures on my hand right now. But there's the initial map that they showed at the presentation, which showed all of the areas. But then there was an island in the southeast called like Val'Sharah or something like that.
Bam, PvP zone.
No. That in the world map that people assume is part of just the regular world, it's gone, and there's just like little like slivers of islands left. So a lot of people are thinking that's where all that's going to take place, and the big event's going to happen where it like explodes and it gets destroyed, and then we all land at the Broken Shore, which is the smaller island in the southeast. So that's one of the theories I've heard.
But maybe that has something to do with it, like the location of where these things actually are is dictating, like, oh, it's closer to Kalimdor, therefore when Sargeras came out he only slammed Kalimdor. Or he went to the Eastern Kingdoms and slammed Eastern Kingdoms, and that's why Sylvanas is a major character, because now her undead have no home, so she's going to try and take over these new undead. Because she doesn't have any friends anymore. So, I don't know, it's a mishmash of all these things, and I'm just waiting for the moment where it makes sense.
BlizzCon.
I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm not going to say that this doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to wait until they explain it, and then I'll say whether or not their explanation is stupid.
Yeah, that's what I agree. I've said that as well, and I think it's a lot of people are pretty rightfully upset at Warlords, but I think we need to give Legion its chance at least before we dictate it as stupid or
let them explain. Else. You know, Warlords at Draenor, everyone's like, this is kind of weird, and then they explained how we got there, and I'm like, well, that's really dumb.
Right.
They haven't explained how we got to Legion yet, so as soon as they say that, then I'll jump on the it's either stupid or, oh, this is pretty cool train.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's about it. We come up on an hour. Is there any other thing you guys would like to talk about before we...
WoW-wise, no, but I've got plugs. I've got plugs for me.
All right, go for it.
Do some plugs.
Plug yourself.
I will plug myself so hard. I originally wasn't going to sort of make this announcement until later on, but I think Vandalia is subscribed to my YouTube channel. You can see me on Necro's comment section. I got first on his the story so far, which I've just started playing, and I put it in German, and then someone's all like, oh, but you can't even spell first. Goddamn Kenji. Love that dude. And then I dropped some Wikipedia knowledge. Anyway, Vandalia subscribed to me, and I am actually going to start putting stuff up on my channel soon. Very shortly, the third installment of the Shadowrun Return series by Hairbrain Studios is going to be out. I've got that coming. I've also got... Once I finish that will roll nicely into Swords Coast Legends, which is the new D&D game. If you want to check that out, I can't remember the name. I think it's N3 made that, but if you go to dnd.com, you can check out information on that. That looks pretty cool.
What is that, the game we were talking about before?
Yeah, they're sort of like Divinity meets Dragon Age, Inquisition.
Dude, I would play the shit out of that with you.
I've got that shit pre-ordered, so that could be a thing for playing. Also, Howie, I know you were about last time we talked about it, but I don't think we mentioned that it also has like a game mode that's basically Dungeon World in it. So that'll also be fun. So that's up to 5 players for fun D&D adventure times. So that will be going up on... I'll be recording that as well. And because I do still play Dungeons and Dragons at my local game store every Wednesday, I might do like battle report things where I talk about the adventures that we play through on a weekly basis. That probably won't start until September 15th when the new Adventure League season starts. So we're just sort of at the tail end of the Elemental Evil season. So we'll just sort of finish that off and then descend into the Underdark with the Rage of Demons. So all that shit and probably WoW beta stuff and maybe my WoW Alliance leveling process. I might put that up on my channel, so if that's something that you're interested in checking out, I am done, and then some Chinese symbols.
I was gonna say, I wanted you to tell you the channel, and I looked at it, and it's just like fucking Chinese gibberish, and then done.
It's the Chinese gibberish that's in my Twitter. It's been there since Miss Pandora.
I'm just gonna copy and paste the link on YouTube. Cause fuck, I don't
That might work. That might work best. But that Chinese gibberish, I've had this verified. Did I say I had this verified at a Chinese bank that's by my work? It's like, it means Lei Shen. So it's, I got that shit locked down. Getting it tattooed eventually, so needed to be right.
What a complete obscure thing to get tattooed. The name of a raid boss in one patch of World of Warcraft. Hey,
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I've got the Warlock class symbol.
That's true.
I put it on my nerd arm, it'd be fine. And then people are like, why have you got random Chinese on your nerd arm? I'm like, because that's where there was space, because that's easier to explain. No, that's me though. Yeah, so if you guys want to subscribe, I mean, there's not going to be anything for a little while. I think it's end of August is when Shadowrun comes out, so that's when things will start. And just because we mentioned it earlier, and I'm a huge fan of his, JP, hit me JP, both on Twitch and on the YouTubes for various other role-playing shows. If that's your jam, you can go check that out. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Is that it?
And Twitter. Check.
Right.
That's it.
Okay, Howie, do you have anything you would like to plug?
No.
All right. Fantastic. So that's not even your Twitter?
Nope.
All right.
I don't want it in the description.
You don't? Okay.
No, you
right.
can put it there. If the people want it, but I think they don't.
I won't if you don't. I don't care that much. If people are like, I want it. Oh, fuck, you said no. Anyway, that's it for us. We don't know what we're going to be talking about whenever we do this next time. So if you have any suggestions, also leave those in the comments.
Probably something else Blizzard related.
Yeah, probably. They'll probably be like, we're announcing a Diablo thing. I don't know, maybe. But anyway.
But wait, there's Diablo.
We can't use that.
I think we can. I think you'll find that I penned the term, but wait, there's Diablo. Pride wanted to call it the less cool, but wait, there's Lord Diablo edition.
Oh, boo. Anyway, maybe. Well, maybe that'll happen if they do that. Wait, what did you say, Harry? There was rumors about that?
Yeah.
BlizzCon.
In what manner?
Oh, apparently there was job postings for what people have said was a similar position for when they started Reaper of Souls.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that. That's cool. Alright, awesome. So anyway, let us know what you guys thought about this and any other suggestions you might have in the comments below. Other than that, I'm Necroxus, joined as always by Howie and Dunn as well. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Yay.